nice to finally get to talk to you. It's good to meet you, man.
Yeah, thank you,
Top
mate.
man.
Thank you, mate. And there's definitely a place for you to come back again, and we'll pick a topic of some description to delve into, I'm sure.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully you'll be the first ever Pro Karnage wrestling heavyweight champion, you know?
Let's write that one down. Let's book that one in. You just got to do the hard work and
fingers and toes.
Listen, mate. He's back in the ring and he is back on top of the mountain. So 3 weeks ago, I spoke to this guy and we talked about bringing him back on as the first ever Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champion. And here we are. Caiman, well done, mate.
Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Ain't that a beautiful title? Ain't that a beautiful championship? Yeah, we kind of joked about it last time, didn't we? Yeah. We sort of joked about wouldn't it be a great comeback for the 43-year-old me to, you know, step back through those ropes after X amount of years away from the ring and walk away from Pro Wrestling Karnage, First Mutation, as the first ever Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champion. Well, you know what? Here I am, and here it is. Here we are. Woo-hoo!
Come on, let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah, let's give Pro Wrestling Karnage a round of applause, guys. It was them that gave this 43-year-old beat-up dog the opportunity to shine again, and I'm beaming now, like I'm on cloud nine. It's awesome.
I bet. I will admit, when I first saw the picture of you come up, the first one that you put up of you with the belt, I thought you were pissing around. I thought you were just in the back. You just thought, I'll have a laugh. I'll have the belt and I'll get people talking. And once or later on, I was like, whoa, actually, that may have actually happened. So, you know,
it happened. Yeah, it's official. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, I went on. I won the Battle Royal, first of all. And I'll be honest, Chris, it was tougher than I'd ever remembered it to be, right? You forget how boiling hot it is in a wrestling ring as well when you haven't worked in one for a number of years. I burst through the curtain to go to the Battle Royal. Before I even got to the ring, I think I was soaking wet with sweat, you know? It was crazy. I stepped through the ropes then, and it seemed like there was a target on me for some reason as well. But I managed to eliminate several people over the top rope down to the floor, send them sailing, and the rest is history. I was in the main event with Dangerous Danny Owens to face him for said Pro Wrestling Karnage championship belt, and the rest is history. It was tough though, man. Real tough.
So what was it like, that first moment that you walked back through the curtain and you know, you realized then you were there and you were going to do it?
It was fantastic, man. It was. As I walked through, I used my same entrance music that I always used to use, and some of the boys, you know, I won't name names. We'll, you know, keep kayfabe and everything. But some of the boys were backstage with me, and they'd been there when I was in Celtic wrestling, and they'd been there when I was using that music when I was on top back in the day in my prime, you know. And they were all there backstage. There were loads of us, and they were just like, "Oh my God, this is a moment. Wow. This is a moment." And for me, it was a moment as well, and sharing it with them guys as well.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful moment. It was emotional. There was all sorts going through me where I was beating myself up physically, ready to go out there. You know, that's how I get in the zone, method acting, so to speak. I burst through the curtain and then, as I'd always do. And then I just looked at pretty much every member of the crowd. And I was just like, wow, this is happening. I'm actually back. I never thought this time last year, I never thought I'd ever step back into a wrestling ring again. I thought, all right, you know, 42, 43.
Yeah.
I'd not done anything for about 3 years, you know, and then I wasn't doing it regular. It was just the odd novelty appearance. It was like, this is actually happening, and happen it did, you know. So
it did.
It was an amazing night. It was an amazing show. Everyone was buzzing backstage, and I don't just mean after their matches needing deodorant. They were absolutely on a high backstage. Everyone was. It was one of the nicest locker rooms. Yeah. And I'm not just talking interior. I'm talking the people who I've shared that locker room with. It was one of the nicest locker rooms I've ever been a part of. It was a well-organized show. Pro Wrestling Karnage is already a real reputable company in my eyes. They're doing great things already. The way they organize the show, everything surrounding the show in terms of COVID and everything as well. Everyone had to get tested. Yeah. They were pie hot. They were all over everything. They had the medics in attendance just in case. Thankfully, touch wood, nobody needed it on this occasion. Touch wood, they won't on the next occasion. And looking forward to the first defense now on October the 30th.
So what's the plans then? Have you got them lined up? Have you got any idea sort of who it's likely to be?
I'm not sure who it is at present. Dangerous Danny Owens and myself, we had a lovely match. And we both like to throw him in. We're both as snug as they come, you know. We both like to throw him in, and I imagine we both covered in bruises. And he wanted a chop fest as well. And I'm renowned for my right hand, right, and my right palm more so in the ring. So we had ourselves a bit of a chop fest. I went home with his handprint on me. He definitely went home with my handprint on him. But I wouldn't mind facing him again. If I'd love to give him a rematch, so to speak, and a shot at the title, which he so nearly had. But there's a guy in Carnage as well called James Ellis, youngster, doing real good things. I wouldn't mind a little throw about with him.
Cool.
To be honest, though, there's a big target on my chest now as well. So who dares loses. Let's just get whoever who dares loses, as far as I'm concerned. Let's just get whoever. I'll face anyone. You know, I'm the Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champion. It's my duty. It's my moral obligation to take on all comers. And I've never been one to shy down from a fight anyway. And that's what I'm good at. And that's what I do. So I proved I could still go. That's the main thing.
And the great thing for me is I've got a couple of the Pro Wrestling Karnage guys lined up to come on the show as well. And
fantastic.
First and foremost, it will be Dangerous Danny Owens. So it'd be interesting to get his side of things.
Yeah. Well, he's been on some of my. I went on a live the other night on my channel. The Cayman show, by the way, for those taking score. I went on a live on my channel the other night, and he popped up. Cheater, you cheated. Cheated. Come on, grow up, you little piece of trash. Cheated.
It's just teasing it already, you know. Why not?
Ridiculous. So if cheating is doing a missile drop kick from the top rope, then his partner, by the way, puts his foot onto the bottom rope to disrupt the count. Then eventually, once things are back my way, when he tries to hook me in his finish move, and I manage to get him into the Crocodilian death drop, spin him around twice that way, once that way, drop him down for the 1, 2, 3. If that's cheating, hey, I'm a cheater all day. Lock me up and throw away the key, sunshine.
Well, I'm going to be really intrigued now. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. You know, you've had CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch, and now Cayman. You know, you can't get much bigger than that. So.
I tell you what. Thank you for chucking me in among those ones. But you know, I'm sure I'm worthy.
I'm sure you are. There you go. You're modest as well.
Somewhere down the line. Yeah.
No. It certainly sounds like you've earned it, mate. You know, you earned the spot to be there, and there you go. You just threw the gauntlet down to the rest of them. So.
Well, the proof is in the pudding at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, all right? And the proof is in the pudding. And believe you me, this right here is the pudding. And it tastes tasty. Blooming great.
That is pretty cool. That is very... I've seen you're back in the ring. Is it tomorrow? Is it, or this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so I am tomorrow.
Hype that up. Where are you? Who are you against?
Yeah, I'm wrestling in the Railway in Oakham tomorrow, which is in Leicestershire. I'll be taking on some up-and-coming young stud there, and hopefully I'm going to bury him in the mat and teach him a lesson in life as well as in wrestling. So I'm looking forward to facing off with him. It'll be nice to see some of my old friends as well, Mad Dog Max, Johnny Rose, and whoever else pops up from my past there as well. It's a long old 3-hour trip each way.
It's got to be worth it.
So I'm going to be knackered. It's worth it just to kick some ass though, and grind my boots into someone once again. I'm looking forward to it.
I've got to ask then. So, you know, were you looking at this initially as like a one-time thing, doing First Mutation? Is it? Obviously no, because you need, you know, at least one more match. You need to defend that thing. But where's your head at now? Is it something that you're now back into?
Where's my head at right now? My head right now is firmly among the clouds right now, I'll be honest. I still can't believe this has happened. I still can't believe faith was put in me again to carry this and to be the flagstone for Pro Wrestling Karnage. But it is an honor, and I will give it my all. I did give it my all on Saturday. Is it a one-off? Was it a one-off? Yes, it was. Absolutely, it was. But then when things changed and this happened, which I did not expect, by the way, okay, when this happened, I know I was almost saying, yeah, when I go in and I do this, I do that, and I come away from there, Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champ. Not for 1 second then, when I was speaking to you, did I expect that I was going to be a reality. I wanted it to be a reality, and I'm happy that it is a reality, but I didn't think then that it was even a thing.
No.
But yeah, so I went in thinking I'll try one more, see how I go, see if my body can take it, which by the way, it can't like it used to. I'm still covered in bruises right now, but they feel good. It's a nice pain, you know.
I bet.
But obviously, Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champion, that'd be me. It's impossible for it to be a one-off right now unless I retire as champ, and I'm not that guy. I'm simply not that guy. So I'm looking forward to the next Pro Wrestling Karnage show, which takes place again at the Pencoed Welfare Hall on Saturday, the 30th of October. Ooh. So if anyone's interested, log on to Pro Wrestling Karnage, log on to the Facebook group, the Twitter, the Instagram. They're all over social media, every form of social media you could want to be a part of. Log on, check them out. Check out, there's a number on there for tickets. Get them booked up. Come and see me do a good piece of business, because that's what I'm going to do once again, I promise you.
Awesome. It'll be a great Halloween treat for anyone that, you know, who likes that time of year, who wants to see something particularly scary.
Well, I'm very scary and lycra, let me tell you. Always have been, always will be.
It's a shame you weren't in the pink. I was, you know, from our last conversation, I thought, oh, maybe, but, you know.
I was debating, to be honest. I was debating. I brought pink. I brought tie-dye. I brought green as well. I brought a few outfits with me to the dance. Then when I thought to myself, I was thinking, right, I could possibly win this belt, you know, I could possibly win this belt. If I win this belt, the leather background on this belt is red. All right.
True. Yeah.
Now, red and pink clash something terrible. Okay. And I'm all about the wardrobe. All right. I'm all about making it match and everything. So to me, if I went in with the pink, I would have probably lost, and I probably wouldn't have been Pro Wrestling Karnage heavyweight champion. It's a sign of things, you know. Yeah. At least with the green and black tie dye, this belt right here. Should we have a little look at it? This belt right here looks bloody wonderful, if I do say so myself. With a black and green background, which is what the tie-dye outfit's all about. So that's basically why I didn't wear the pink.
Has that thing left your grip around the house, or do you just parade around with it?
Dude,
I would.
I've taken it to the supermarket with me and everything. You know, I put it in the baby seat in the trolley and push it around and everything. You know,
there you go.
I take it to the shower in a plastic bag. You know, I take it to work. When I go to meetings in work, it's there in the background as well, and you know, it's a talking point. Then
and they might
manage to sell a few. That's it. You know, try as they will, manage to sell a few tickets to the managing director.
Awesome.
You know, they know about Pro Wrestling Karnage. They're coming on October the 30th.
Awesome.
So where else have I been with it? I did go for a pint the other night to celebrate as well, and I just went in with it over my shoulder. And, you know, I spat a bit of beer out, you know, to celebrate as well.
A bit like Triple H sort of thing. But
yeah, a bit like Triple H, but better. You know, the spitting was better. It was just like, because it was personal to me, it was my own. It was my own thing. I wasn't trying to imitate or anything. I just like, this is it. This feels good. And it just sort of exploded. Awesome. But basically wherever I go, it goes, you know, and hopefully it's going to be that way for a long time to come.
Brilliant. Well, there we go. Congratulations again, everyone.
Thank you, my good man.
No problem. I'm keeping tabs on Pro Wrestling Karnage. Guys, whoever's listening to this, stick around. Next couple of weeks, I'll have a couple of guys on to find out more. And then, yeah, I mean, just check out their page, Caiman's page. Keep behind the Caiman show. Hopefully that's not going to slow down now that you're...
oh, hell no.
Nah, good. Like to
no. It's mutating, you know?
There you go. The second mutation.
Second mutation. That's right. The Caiman show mutating.
Anyway, champ, thank you so much for your time. Good luck. And, keep going.
Top man, thank you for having me again.
No worries, bud. No worries. Anytime.
Woohoo!
If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to like, share, and hit the subscribe button. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Once Upon a Turnbuckle to keep updated about all future shows.